Sacco bylaws are very important. This is what guides the governance of the Sacco society. And for the members, this is your main reference document. This is where you'll see what are the procedures followed within the management of the Sacco. How do you deal with the Sacco? And things like that. And the bylaws are based on the Sacco Societies Act, the Sacco Regulations, Cooperative Societies Act, and then the Cooperative Societies Rules. All these documents, what they state in terms of how the Sacco society should be managed, we have made reference to that. And as you know, we have our bylaws that are up to date and they are registered. So reference have been made to all these documents. So we are in compliance with whatever is provided for in the laws of Kenya. So in this session, I want to enable you to understand your rights and obligations, and also clarify on those articles of the bylaws that affect members' transactions within the Sacco. First, I'm going to deal with the cooperative principles. These are worldwide. Wherever we have a cooperative movement in the world, it is based on 7 principles. They were revised like 10 years ago. Before they used to be 6, then they added a 7th one. And it is on this basis that the movement, cooperative movement in general, not only the Sacco movement, is based on. The first one is on a voluntary and open membership. Anybody, anywhere can join the Sacco, because the preconditions of joining the Sacco are not based on any political, ethnic, religious, and it doesn't have any social discrimination. Kwa hivyo, the Sacco is for all. The second principle that is very strong is the democratic members' control. The Sacco is controlled by members, and each member has a right to vote and equal voting rights for every member. It's not based on shares. Even if you have 20 million in the Sacco, your vote is 1. If you have 200,000 or 100,000, your vote ni moja. It is 1 member, 1 vote. That is the best democratic control that you can get in any institution. The third one is on economic participation by members. Members have to contribute and also share in the results. The business done by the Sacco, we declare dividends. So you share equally. If it is 10% at the end of the business year, the member who has 10,000 will get 10%. If it is 200,000, 10%, like that. It's an equalizer. The other principle is on education, training, and information. In this principle, the Sacco should and always educate the members. That's why we have this Members Education Day, and it is an annual thing. It's an obligation from the Sacco. And then educate the leaders. All these board members are trained every year. Also educate the staff. There's a budget. Our treasurer is always putting money aside for training of our staff and also the community, so that this knowledge is not just in the domain of the board and of the Sacco members. We have to educate the community. 6 is on cooperation among cooperatives. As a cooperative, you don't operate alone. You join other outfits in the Sacco movement and within the Sacco structures, and this calls for subscription. We have institutions like Cusco, we have the Cooperative Bank, we have CIC, all those, we are in the same family. So we support these institutions by becoming subscribers. And you also benefit from sharing of knowledge within the platforms that exist in the Sacco movement. 7 is on concern for the community in general. As a Sacco, we are doing business within the community. So we give back to society. There are all these issues of CSR. So as a Sacco, you need maybe to give scholarships for needy students or for best students, support our university, things like that. So there's need to support the community, and also, there are all these issues of climate change and things like that. So whatever the Sacco decides to support, it is within the cooperative principles. Now I go to the rights of members. The members of Sacco societies have very good rights, and these rights are the ones that empower you as a member. You know what is your right within the Sacco. It is one thing to join, but you can join and become powerless, you become passive. Like for those who don't attend AGMs or special AGM, you are becoming passive. Of course, you are serving the Sacco by saving, but you have a lot minimal rights that you should be able to exploit. One, you attend and vote in general meetings. We are always having general meetings every year. We are 5,000 members and above. How many attend and how many vote? It's like you don't vote for the current government and you are always complaining. So attending the general meeting and voting is your right. Wherever you are, now we can vote virtually. This is what makes the Sacco strong, because you are able to bring in the leadership and you are also able to join the leadership as a member. A member can also be elected to governance organs of the Sacco as long as they comply with the laws and the bylaws. This is stated in the bylaws, the qualities of the leaders we need in the Sacco. As long as you comply as a member, you have a right to join the governance organs. You have a right to use facilities and services subject to compliance with the laws and the bylaws. Use the facilities and services of the Sacco, because without you accessing the services, there is no Sacco. Yeah? So you must borrow, you must pay in time and all those kind of things. Attend this education day, attend general meeting, attend special general meetings, contribute. Yeah. 4, you have to access legitimate information related to the Sacco. There's a lot of information in the Sacco. We have the bylaws. You can access them from our website. Internal policies. How does this operate? All these products we are talking about, all that information is within the Sacco and you have a right to access. Even the procedure manuals. How are the loans processed? The manuals are there. The registers, the minutes of general meetings, you can request and get. Even the reports of the supervisory committee, annual finance statements, and any other inventory or accounts at the Sacco Society's registered office. Not from anywhere else. It's from our office. 5, you have a right to access statement of accounts upon request. Upon request, you can get or you should get the statement of your account through electronic media, and also this is a major disclosure and you can get it. Then 6, advance notice. What you are saying, the Sacco cannot change main features of the Sacco without giving an advance notice to the members, so that we say we don't like the office upstairs or downstairs, we don't like the colors you have brought in, things like that. Members need to be consulted, and it is not only in the cooperative movement. Today in Kenya, you cannot make major changes without consulting Wanjiko. In our context, Wanjiko is the member, and this has to be also in line with the regulations. The other thing, number 7, is a full and accurate disclosure of terms and conditions of subscription to the Sacco Society's shares, savings, tariffs, penalties, commissions, charges. All these things, they need to be in black and white to you as a member. You just need to request. Also, the disclosure of minimum lending terms, legal obligations of the members, finance charges, interest rates, all these things, they should be disclosed to you as a member upon request. So also, you have a right to accurate disclosure of methods used to calculate dividends payable on shares and interest on non-withdrawable deposits, and the frequency. How are these payments made? How are they calculated? When you ask that question, the management should be able to give you an answer. And that number 11, we belong to a big movement. The Sacco movement is very big. And from time to time, there are rules and regulations that come up, brought in by government. We have a right to comply with those. Any other right conferred by the Cooperative Societies Act, regulations, bylaws, and any other applicable law, because we are Kenyans. Obligations of the members. These are the must-dos from our end as members. We must comply with the Sacco By Laws and decisions taken by relevant organs of the Sacco, and also directives issued by SASLA in pursuance of any written law. All the changes that come in the sector, we have to comply with them. And for the member, you check what is provided for in the bylaws. We comply, as long as it is in the bylaw or it is from the other acts that guide the movement. Also, you have an obligation to ensure only fit and proper members are elected to the board of directors and to the supervisory committee. It is your responsibility as a member. You are the one who is electing the board members to be sure that the person you are putting in the board is the right person. And the description of who is the right person to lead the cooperative is there in the bylaws. So when you don't vote, what you get is what you live with. 3 is you buy and pay up shares and make regular payments provided for in the bylaws. Yeah? Saving, the first speaker talked about being able to save. That is the first credential from a member. As long as you save and borrow, we are in business. So, and it is your obligation to save, to buy in with the products of the Sacco. 4 is to meet the debts of the Sacco Society in case of insolvency, according to the Cooperative Societies Act and the bylaws. We are not getting there, but if a Sacco becomes insolvent, as a member you are held responsible and you will be part of paying off the debts. This happened in the past and it is not going to happen to us. Any other obligation imposed by the Cooperative Societies Act, Sacco Act and regulations, and any other applicable law. What this means is that obligations are not just 5. There are others that will come tomorrow. You will not say, Charity stood and told us there were only 5. There are others that will come tomorrow. Our work as members is to comply. Of course, a lot goes into thinking, how are the members going to comply with this? How is the Sacco going to comply with this? And the board comes up with very good decisions. As I said before, we have already complied with what SASLA has requested the movement to comply with. Now I go to the issue of dual membership and partial refunds. Dual membership is where a member belongs to this Sacco, United Women Sacco, another one, Wananchi Sacco, Imarisha Sacco, and things like that. So the guidance from the ministry is that you should not be a member of 2 Saccos. But this is a law they made in order to cap rogue members. We are not rogue members who use their payslip to join this Sacco, take a loan, they join police Sacco, take a loan. At the end, they are not able to pay all those loans. This is where the members' integrity comes in. You can have a lot of streams, income streams, where you can afford to be in as many as possible, but it is an issue of being honest to yourself first and trustworthy. You join because you are able to pay, to save, to borrow, and to pay. It is your decision as a member. But this was meant to control those ministerial things. But it is there, it is stated in the law, but the way we use it ourselves is that as long as you are able to save, borrow, and pay. There is also the issue of partial withdrawal of deposits, which means you can have 2 million in the Sacco and you'd want to withdraw 500,000 to take your kid to South Africa. How does the Sacco deal with that? We have an internal policy, and we deal with this on a case-to-case basis, because we are in an environment where things are changing so fast. We didn't have COVID the last, I don't know how many years. The last pandemic was in the 1920s. So we have seen this one of COVID that is putting our business into disarray, and that is why we say this is dealt with on a case-to-case basis in our Sacco. In conclusion, I want to say that the operations of the Sacco is guided by the Cooperative Societies Act, the Sacco Act, and the bylaws. And for the member, the bylaws are your tool of trade. The rights and obligations are clear in the bylaws, and they are not contradicted by any law. The members of the Sacco are the supreme authority, and you exercise your authority during special AGMs and during AGMs. And your biggest right is to be able to vote.